Down. Oh god. Okay, so guys, we're going to go ahead and finish this off. We're going to graph y equals 3 tangent of pi x. So again, the first thing I'm going to do, y'all, is, let's see, we're going to take pi x, and we're going to set it equal to those special values. Okay. These are going to be my 5 kind of like special points, okay? So what would be the reciprocal I would use here to get rid of my pi and put in my pi x? 1 over pi, good. So let's do one at a time. Oops, 1 over pi. All right, so these are going to cancel. This pi and that pi will cancel. That's going to be a negative 1/2. Okay. We'll do the same thing here. 1 over pi. 1 over pi. So those are going to cancel. These will cancel here. That's going to give me a negative 1/4. All right. 1 over pi. 1 over pi. X is equal to 0. One over pi. 1 over pi. So these will cancel here. 1 over 4. And finally, 1 over pi and 1 over pi. And this is going to give me 1/2, right? So guys, all I'm going to do is I'm going to write those numbers that we got: negative 1/2, negative 1/4, 0, 1/4, 1/2. And then we had a pi x, and those were equal to negative pi over 2, negative pi over 4, 0, pi over 4, and pi over 2. Okay. And now we're taking the tangent of that. Okay. So remember, the tangent of is undefined, right? This one should be negative 1, 0, 1, and undefined. And then now, look what we have in front right here. All we have in front, y'all, is we're multiplying these numbers now by 3. Okay? So all we're going to do here is multiply this by 3. So this will still be undefined. Negative 3, 0, positive 3, undefined. Okay? And besides the undefined part, we're fluctuating between what 2 values? 3 and what's the other one? Negative 3. Okay. So you asked earlier, do you have to put the 1, 2, 3? No, you can go like this. You can say that's 3, and you can say that's negative 3. So look, at negative 1/4, we're going to be at negative 3, at 0 will be at 0, at 1/4 will be at +3. Remember, we're going to have some vertical asymptotes here. One of them is going to be here at -1/2. The other one's going to be here at +1/2, right? And then the idea here, y'all, is that my graph is coming up like this, and then it continues to rise and gets closer and closer to that type. And we got it. All right. So we did a couple dealing with tangent. Now let's deal with the cotangent, okay? So, guys, before I go down and take a look at this problem here, I just wanted to take a look real briefly at the cotangent table. So here's my cotangent table. These values, again, are different from the sine, they're different from the cosine, and they're also different from the tangent. The values we're going to be using are 0, pi/4, pi/2, 3 pi/4, and pi. And so that's going to be kind of like my standard table right there. So I know that the cotangent of 0 is undefined, the cotangent of pi/4 is 1, cotangent of pi/2 is 0, cotangent of 3 pi/4 is -1, cotangent of pi is undefined. Okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how do we graph these, okay? So if I scroll down over here we go, and I kind of already set it up, kind of the table for us. All right, so notice what we're doing. We're going to take these values here, and we're setting them equal to 0, pi/4, pi/2, 3 pi/4, and pi. So let's go ahead and do that so we can find those original x values. So 2x equals 0, 2x equals pi/4, 2x equals pi/2, 2x equals 3 pi/4, and 2x equals pi. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal 1/2 on both sides. So here we're going to get x equals 0. So I'm just going to put a 0 right there. Okay. We'll do the same thing here, 1/2 and 1/2. What's that, pi/8? So 1/2 and 1/2. Everybody agree pi/4? So again, 1/2 and 1/2. 3 pi/8. And then one last time, pi/2. All right. So now that we got that part, okay, I'm going to scroll back, guys, so we can take a look at those special values, okay? So if I come back over here one more time, and I say, okay, what I'm looking at here, y'all, is I'm looking at this value, this table right here. So look, we're going to be using undefined, 1, 0, -1, undefined. So undefined, 1, 0, -1, undefined. So undefined, what do we say? 1, 0, -1, and undefined again, right? Okay. Now that we have that, what number do we have in front? 1/2, right? So what's half of undefined? Well, it's still undefined, right? What's half of 1? 1/2, right? Half of 0? Still 0. Half of -1? -1/2. And half of undefined is still a undefined, right? Okay. So we're going to sketch our picture. So 0 pi over 8 pi over 4, 3 pi over 8, and pi over 2. Okay. And then, let's see, at 0, it's undefined. At pi over 8, we're at 1/2. So let's do this. There's 1/2. Here's negative 1/2. So at pi over 8, we're at 1/2. At pi over 4, we're at 0. At 3 pi over 8, we're at negative 1/2. And at pi over 2, we're undefined, right? So guys, remember, those undefined values are going to be our vertical asymptotes, right? So there's one right there, and there's one right there. And so that means that my graph is kind of coming down like this. All right. So guys, last problem here. Go ahead and do it to it. So first thing I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to kind of mimic the table that we had already over here, okay? So let's do something like this. All right, so the special values that we're using are 0, pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and pi. Those are the special values we're using, okay? And in our case, we have a pi x in front of that. That's the part that we're looking at. So we want to know what the x is, and then we want to know what the cotangent of pi over or pi x is, and then we want to know what 2 cotangent. Okay. So just like we did before, we're going to solve these equations. We're going to set pi x equal to 0, pi x equals pi over 4, pi x equals pi over 2, pi x equals 3 pi over 4, pi x equals pi. All right. So from the first one, if we multiply it by 1 over pi on both sides, derivative degree x is 0. Put a 0 right here. What about this one here when we do our reciprocal? 1/4. Okay. Anybody see a pattern? What's the next one going to be? 1/2. What's the next one going to be? 3/4. And the last one? What's the number in front of this pi? I don't see it, but what's the number that's supposed to be right there? 1. So 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and 1. Okay. All right. So cotangent of 0, everybody agree, is undefined? Cotangent of pi over 4 should be 1. Cotangent of pi over 2 is 0. Cotangent of 3 pi over 4 is a -1. And cotangent of pi is, again, undefined. Now, guys, let me ask you a question. What number do we have in front now, right here? 2. So all we're doing is multiplying those numbers by 2. So this is still undefined. This is 2. This is 0. This is -2. And that's still undefined, right? Okay. And so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my picture. So it's going to look something like this. Something like this. We're going 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and 1. And we're fluctuating between 2 and -2. And we know that we have the vertical asymptote, one right here and one over here. And so my graph is going to look all right. So let's see. Let me take a quick look here, guys. I think I set up the homework already, and I want to double check, but I think I did. So if I come over here to Alex, I'll click on this thing. I want to say that I already set up 4.6, but let me just double check. Yes. So it's already open, guys. It's been open since 2 o'clock, and it's due by next Monday. And let's see, how many questions do you have? Not a whole lot, I don't think. 7 questions. Right? They're just like the ones that we did today. So it's real straightforward, right? So then on Wednesday, guys, we'll continue. We'll do 4-7. Like I said, y'all, if you want to, if you guys want to print out the class assignment, you can print it out. I think I actually, did I know how to open it up? I thought I did, but maybe I'm going to close it. The class assignment is right here. It's just 2 questions. You can print it out. I don't know if there's any paper in here or not, but you can always use the library. If you want to just save it and do it on your computer, save that file, email it to me, that's fine. You can turn it in to me, that's fine. I do encourage you to work together if you want to. If you guys want to share numbers, you're more than welcome to do that. If you don't want to be part of that, you don't have to. I've had students who've done it before in my other classes, and they find it helpful, but it's entirely up to you guys, okay? So, guys, I'll upload the, I'm going to stop the recording real quick.